Hello, guys. We're
Hey,
live. Can y'all see us? I don't know what we're going to talk about today.
me either.
I have no idea. Did everybody have a good Easter?
Yeah.
Let's see. Surely we're not already frozen up. Hey, JC. Hey, Onyx Rose. Hey, Allison.
Should I get my phone?
Hey, Cindy. We have 5 people and 5 likes. There we go. We on the way. I have not sent off my Along Came Juniper Eve books. I'm still waiting for one person to send me their address, and it's Wanda Cox. I'm waiting on her address. I was going to do them together, but I haven't. Unless I've overlooked it, I sure haven't. That's Sherry. I bet that's Sherry and Scott's little girl. I bet that's who that is. Surely y'all can hear me now, right? We got 9 people on. I got to tell you something. Now, hey, Debbie Phillips. I'm going to tell one on myself. I can't believe I did this. I really need to turn in my Southern Woman card. I had all intentions of making homemade hamburger steaks with the brown gravy and the onions and mashed potatoes and fried okra. Well, I mixed up everything and I sauteed my onions. I put the meat in the pan and I realized I set my yeast rolls out too late. So I said, well, you know what? What I'll do is I'll just turn the oven on real low and I'll just set them in the oven and let them rise. Well, then I decided, oh, I got to get a bath, get myself all nice and fancy, for the live stream. And I said, well, I can't leave the oven on. Hey, Vicki. So I turned the oven off. Well, about an hour or so later, I remembered that those rolls were in the oven. So I ran and I turned them back on. Well, by that time, they looked like old rolls. They were dried up and shriveled. But I thought, well, the heat will make them rise. And I guess about 3 hours later, Chris said, this is after we've eaten everything. Chris said, hey, Sandra, do I smell something cooking? Yes, you do. My yeast rolls.
Golf balls.
They are hard as rocks. I can't multitask anymore.
I don't know what I could use them for, but I just get
Well, they're weapons.
Floats, maybe. I wonder if they'll float.
No, they don't float. I mean, literally, a jackhammer would have to break this thing open. It is. I mean, I cannot multitask anymore. So we're gonna have to go back to the U-bake rolls. But now
we're not.
The hamburger steak and the mashed potatoes and gravy and the fried okra was pretty good.
Really awesome.
Yeah, it was good. I was glad about that. Hockey putts, I've made those before. Yes, they're weapons. You have a slingshot, or you just throw them at somebody. They're coming down. They're coming down. But I thought, I don't know what we're going to talk about. And I thought, well, let's see what I can. So I started digging around, and I am the family tree keeper, the history keeper. And let's see, yeah. And I thought, I'll go see if I can find that old purse. Now, when I think this may have been my grandmother's purse.
Perkins?
Yes. And I've already looked for money. There's not any.
It would be disintegrated by the.
But I'd try to cash it at the bank. I would deposit it. And this was 1966.
Wow.
It is a hospital bill. $22.30.
Wow.
1966. Let's see what this is. Oh, I don't know what that is. But I love to look at stuff like this. Absolutely love it. Now here's where they're paid $49 to the hospital. I guess you had to, that must have been her deductible. I don't know. But you know, you were in the hospital for
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and I found your bill somewhere. It
Oh,
was
really?
It was nothing. Your bill was nothing. Yeah. But I just find all
Look
of
at the
this.
the postage. How do you do that? 5 cents.
Wow. Now this is Hicks Anderson Jr., Board of Supervisors, Beat 5, Forest County. And he was running for the Board of Supervisors. I actually think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Or either maybe he was the sheriff. I can't remember. No, maybe it's the Board of Supervisors. Maybe it's Board of Supervisors. Yeah, Board of Supervisors.
These is your glasses.
Are they?
Yeah. No wonder.
I've been having a time with glasses. I've lost a pair. Broke a pair. I don't know how that happened, but I love digging in all of this stuff.
It goes back to her being
Nosy.
a little nosy.
Oh wow.
What is it?
It's like a little wallet. It's whole American Legion Auxiliary. 19
Auxiliary.
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 I wish I could edit that out. 1953. Now that was my great grandmother.
Ada.
Uh-huh. American Legion's
Well, this is their
Auxiliary.
dog, right?
1952. Nope. This was 1951. Oh, this was the official receipt for dues Order of Eastern Star.
The Eastern Star.
That was my grandmother's. 1960. It was $2 for the fees.
Wow.
I know, isn't that something? See, I love all this stuff because things like this usually is like history for my books, especially that Brooklyn book. Yeah. Now I got something else down here. This was like a little pin, that you
Put on your shirt.
put on your
Blouse.
blouse or your sweater. Here's another one.
Brooch, isn't it?
A brooch, yeah. I wonder how old these are and who wore them. Now, look, this one's missing 3 jewels.
Well, it's probably costume anyway, huh?
I don't know.
No, I don't know that.
We come from wealthy people.
Oh, did you now? Let me see. I want to look.
No, we got a live stream to do. Now, this was another little box. These are ancient, just ancient. This is my grandmother's Eastern Star book.
You want to put that little black?
I wonder, can I read that?
I don't
No,
know.
put it back in there. Is that like a secret that I can't read?
Oh, I don't know that.
I don't want to do anything that's going to get me in trouble with God or the law, or
Eastern Star. That's part of the Masons, isn't it?
it's the females.
Of the Masons?
Yeah,
Or the American Legion? Masons, isn't it?
Masons.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, if it's the Masons, you can't read it.
Is someone going to come to my house now? Oh, Cindy says I'm not supposed to. Well, I'm not. If I ain't supposed to, you got my word. I'm not. This was my grandfather's obituary. 1969. He died at 2 a.m. Wow. He was a member of the Brooklyn Methodist Church, a former employee of the State Highway Department. He was a member of the Brooklyn Masonic Lodge. Wow. Isn't that something? I got to get that book out of my house. I don't want people coming knocking on my
No,
door.
I don't think you're not supposed to read it in public. I don't think.
No, Cindy said you're not supposed to read it. I'm going to have to look that up because I don't want to be in trouble.
Oh, you're not supposed to read it?
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to read it and read it out there on the interweb, as you call it.
Ooh, I am already nervous. What's going to happen? Have I gone too far? Am I going to quit?
Miss
Quit.
Bayless,
Let's see. One of my daughters are an Eastern Star. My late husband was a Freemason. I'm going to keep it. Cindy said keep it. Let's see. Is anybody on here an Eastern Star? Cindy said her grandma was an Eastern Star.
I think my grandmother was too.
Who do they still exist? How do you be a member?
It's usually the people I knew that was in the Eastern Star, their husband was in the Masons, but I'm not sure if that's the way it goes.
Well, I can guarantee you my daddy wasn't in there.
My daddy wasn't either, but my grandfather on both sides was.
Well, did we drop the ball? Were we
I
not
don't know.
were we not quality enough? What do I need to do?
I don't.
Yes, but
I
you
never,
have to be invited to join.
Yep, I have been invited to join, but that was
You've been invited to join?
40 years ago. But I
And
didn't
you
have
didn't
time.
do it?
I didn't have time.
Oh, look. I could have been an Eastern Star. Can you go back to that person and say, I changed my mind? My wife wants to be an Eastern Star?
Yeah, you know it. It's
No,
live well.
don't say it. Don't say a name. Don't say a name. But anyway, what are we gonna talk about? Oh, speaking of Easter, everybody have traditions. We have a tradition, and I think I talked about this last year because I did post last year's. Gosh, have we been doing this? We've been doing live streams over. No, maybe we weren't talking about it. No, I think I just posted a video of it. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. But anyway, our tradition is you hide a prize egg. And so the kids, how we do the kids, everybody contributes money into a little cup. And they were 3 great grandchildren. And hey, Grandma's Homemade. There were 3 great grandchildren. And so we just put $15 in there, $5 for each. And Rebecca and my sister Terry went out there and hid all the little eggs for them. And of course, they all got $5 because they all had the prize egg. And so then it was time for the women to hide the men's egg.
Mm.
So all the men had to stay inside, and us women got out there, and we did a really good job. We did a good job last year, but we did a good job this year. Last year, Eli found it. Eli and McKenna. And this year, it took a while. But the winner of the men's prize egg is, ta-da! He left the money at Rebecca's house. Now, let me tell you about that. I know. I was just fixing to get to that. He had to go to work. Now, he told me this morning, he left for work this morning. He says, call Rebecca and tell her don't spend my prize egg money. Because she wanted to spend it on something. But when we got to Rebecca's yesterday, her house was hot. And so you spent the first.
I mentioned it, doesn't it?
Well, no, what happened is the Rebecca and them had a friends and little kids Easter egg hunt at somebody else's house. So they were there. They had already committed before we committed to Rebecca's house for the Easter egg party. So anyway, they were there, and then they got back, and I walked in. I said, "Oh, it is hot in here," and she said, "Yeah, the air conditioner's broken." I said, "Your dad works on air conditioners.
I've worked on that one, so
You got our number." so,
we
so
got 40 people gonna be here in a minute.
all you got to do is holler out your window, pop, AC's down. But anyway, so Chris went up in there. It went home. Actually, he went home and got the work truck and came back and went up in the attic and did the thing and got it working. So then you had to go home and change. Did you go home and change clothes because you was in the
it
attic?
hot
and
in that
sweating?
attic, and I had to crawl under the duct to get to it.
Now, the night before Easter, so it would be Friday night. So night before the Easter party, we told Rebecca, I said, "Look, Pop and I would like to offer to watch the kids, let them spend the night with us. That way y'all have time to get your house all set up, get everything ready." Because what she was cooking was stuff that's going in crock pots and stuff. And I said, that way you can get everything ready, and then we'll wake up in the morning and they can come back to your house. Sure, they wouldn't mess it up by that time. Well, I guess it was, I'll let them stay up to 9, I think it was. Yeah, watching TV, and I crawl in the bed with them, and I had to sit in the middle, which is horrible for me to get over them to get out of bed. But Juniper were all quiet and the lights out and the bathroom lights on so they can see. And I hear her, "Oh, oh, oh." So what is it, Juniper? "I want my mommy." Well, I am not going to let her
Cry.
be traumatized, because it's not worth it. It's just, I'm not going to do that. And so we called the mommy on FaceTime, and Rebecca says, "Why don't you just rest for 10 minutes and see how you feel about it? And if you still feel that way, Juniper, I'll come get you." Okay. Well, she went out, just out. Cliff on the other hand
And
stayed awake till after 12.
well, you forgot part of that. I had to go get Eli from downtown.
Yeah.
Had to go hook up the trailer.
While I was Judy fell asleep while I was trying to hog tie Clifford and get him to sleep. Chris, we get the family text, and Eli's motorcycle.
He'd been
Broke
working
down.
on it all day, but he said he'd been riding it all day.
Yeah, he's been riding it all day. He goes downtown. I think it's Burgers, Hattiesburgers is the name of the cafe.
Right.
And so he's down there, and it wasn't great. So Chris got the trailer, got it attached to his truck, went and picked
First
him up.
thing he said, "Bring the golf cart." I'm like, no,
No.
I don't see that being proven. I know.
So he took the trailer, went and got it. I guess I finally got on up with Cliff. I said, "Here, you see if you can get him sleep," because he wasn't being bad.
No, he just wasn't sleeping.
He was itching. I put some Neosporin. Neosporin was the only thing I had. I was like, what bit you today? So I think some mosquitoes bit him. So he was itching, and we finally got up, and Chris said, "Well, I have some Benadryl cream." I thought, "Oh, well, great."
Well, the alloy that you bought.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was in your
You put it there.
recliner by the chair. So anyway, we did that, and he sat in Pop's lap for about 30 minutes or so. We crawled in the bed, and he went to sleep. Then about 2, I hear, I said,
Oh no.
"Juniper, are you okay?" And she said, "I was only going to rest for 10 minutes. I was only resting, honey. I want my mommy." So I got up and got her up. It actually, let me back this story up. While I'm still wrestling with Cliff and Juniper sacked out. She almost fell off the bed. And I am in the mid. No, by that time I am on the right side, and then Cliff, and then Juniper. Well, Juniper almost fell off the bed, and I grabbed her by her upper arm, and that's the only thing holding her up. Now I can't. I'm across this way. I don't have the strength to use my left hand to push up and, tumble and roll like the Navy SEALs do. And I couldn't get over Cliff. And I couldn't holler because it's going to wake her up. And I couldn't reach my phone. So I finally I just basically just rolled over him trying to get Juniper.
And it didn't wake him up, probably.
No, he was awake. He was like, "What are you doing, honey?" And I was like, "I'm trying to get Juniper. I've got her by the arm." Hey, Charlotte. So anyway, then at 2:00 she woke up. So Chris had to take her home. So you didn't get a lot of sleep either. But I didn't. So then I think it was Cliff got up early. Okay. I told Juniper, I said, Juniper, because you have to be calm with her. I said, if in the morning time, Pop will go get you some donuts. Would you like a chocolate donut? Uh-huh. Would you like a pink donut? Uh-huh. Would you like sprinkles? Yes. I said, okay, we'll go in the morning. Well, she's quiet for a few minutes. 5 minutes later, I want my mommy. So anyway, Chris takes her home. Rebecca said, Mom, she cried for an hour because she realized once she got home, she wanted to go back because Clifford was going to eat her pink donut. She said, yeah, she realized she messed up, and I told her she's not going back.
No, she wanted to come back at 4, probably,
When she got there. When she got there, she realized, wait a minute, I forgot about popping the donuts. So she wanted to come back, and her mommy wouldn't let her come back, which, we don't need to be all hours of the day. Okay, we'll tell you about are y'all all bored? Y'all dropping off like flies? Y'all still with us? Sandra, I had calamine lotion. Why didn't I think about that?
I thought that was for
poison ivy. Well, it helps with itching. I had some of that. Oh, man. Hey, Charlotte, you missed something. Charlotte. I made homemade cheese rolls.
/ hockey pucks.
Hockey pucks. Yeah. So anyway, I remember, y'all remember when back in the day, you dressed up for church. And you really dressed up for Easter Sunday. I'm talking about you had the little kids had the little gloves on, little girls had the little gloves on, little hat, little ruffled dress, and you dressed up. And that's when you got a new outfit, and you went to church on Sunday. Now we may not partook in that particular tradition. But if the bus was going that way, we'd get on the church bus. So anyway, I remember one time my cousin Stacy. Now Stacy was a cutter. She still is. And she goes to church. Now she's a church-going person, and her family goes to church. But back in the day, hey, Lily Bird, my cousin, Sissy, took her. They went to, Easter service. I think they were Catholic. I'm pretty sure they were Catholic. I'm not sure. No, they may have been Methodist. Yeah. Anyway, when they got to church, the preacher was coming around welcoming everybody and how you doing. Oh my, you're so pretty today, all dressed up. And my cousin Stacy says, yeah, my mama made me wear this D hat to the preacher. Yeah, that was, I hope my cousin Stacy's listening in. She said, my mama made me wear this D hat. Yep. Rebecca had little socks with ruffles. Yep. Now I don't know about the Mary Janes. We just
What?
Mary Janes is a type of shoe.
Oh.
It's for the fancy people. Forget who we talking about.
No.
That's
I don't know
Debbie.
about Mary
Debbie
Jane.
Phillips.
I was thinking something else.
She high class. We just down here with the Roses and the Sears, the J.C. Penney's. We all dressed up every Sunday. Yeah. Now I didn't in the trailer park, but I just remember on Easter, you got something new. But I remember one time the kids we had 2 in diapers and it was hard, and we lived in Petal, and Mother hosted the Easter celebration. So it was Mother, Terry, and Billy. And Mother's church had sunrise service. Well, it takes a lot to get 2 babies ready and travel across town to Mother's house. And then we all ride in the same car going to the church. Well, we're worn out. I look like a rag doll. I'm not even sure if my hair got brushed. It may have been up in a clip. But the kids look cute as can be. And sunrise service was out. You had to go through the parked in the parking lot. You go through the fellowship hall, and they had donuts and everything out there set up. And I thought, oh, that's nice. So we'll have that after service. And we go in, and there's not a seat there, so we have to stand on the back row. On the back row. And they were praying. So we eased up very quietly, and we bow our heads. And the preacher, I kid you not, he says, well, that concludes our Easter service celebration. Would y'all come and have coffee and donuts with us in the fellowship hall?
We made it for the prayer.
We made it for the prayer. It took us 14 hours to get them toddlers in the ruffle socks and the cute little outfits, and me and the prayer. It says, this concludes our Easter service. Y'all come in and have some coffee and donuts with us. I was so embarrassed. Mother got the time wrong. Missed
it by an hour.
Missed it by an hour, Mother. I don't even think we stayed for coffee and donuts. I think we went home.
I don't know.
I
barely remember that.
Yeah, but
I blocked a lot of that out.
Yeah, a lot of that is blocked out. And embarrassment is blocked out. Tell them about that time your mama bought you a suit and made you wear a suit. Now, Chris is not a suit and tie man. Now, if
I can wear one. I have one.
He
I have
has
several.
Well, you don't anymore. We gave them all away.
Well,
They don't fit.
I used to.
I kept telling him, and I'm fine with it. He wore khakis and a nice shirt and a tie, or with the little collared shirts and the tie and long sleeve, and that's fine. He does not have to wear a suit. I told him all these years, I said, I'm going to bury you in your suit. I'm going to bury you in a suit. He said, don't bury me in no suit. Oh, I am. Yeah, he's going to look nice. No, I'll probably go first.
You going in the moo-moo then?
Don't you bury me in my moo-moo, but don't put no shoes on my feet. Just put them in the casket right beside there. Don't put them on my feet. I don't want to go through eternity with sore feet.
What? I have never heard so. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. We had sunrise service on Easter, and then breakfast, and then regular service. Oh wow, y'all was there all day.
Well, you didn't talk about the suit.
I was gonna let you do it.
Oh, this is middle 70s probably. And I'm trying to remember what the class was. It's kind of like
Family living.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, I was what do you call
The
it?
groom.
I was the groom, but the fake groom, I guess you'd call it,
Were you even there? It sounded like you wasn't. You want me to tell it?
Anyway, I guess we had it in the auditorium. So anyway, and of course I ended up having to tell Mom, I gotta wear some sort of suit, So Mom, this is probably 75. I was probably a junior or sophomore.
Sophomore, probably. Right.
Anyway, Mama comes in with this green nylon or whatever you call it jumpsuit,
Polyester.
polyester with white lettering. You know, like so.
Stitches, white stitching.
Yeah, and big white buttons. You know.
I ain't wearing that, Mama. I ain't wearing that.
She said, "I ain't buying nothing else. So you gonna wear it? Going live. Are we live now? Look on your phone, see if you're back. Are we live now?
Are we live now? Can y'all see us? Yeah. They can see us.
Well, you can recap the story if they missed.
Okay, so for those who, I don't know what happened to this internet, but his mama bought him a green
Leisure suit.
Leisure
I
suit
think that's what they call it.
with white stitching threads and big white buttons. It's hard to be cool in leisure, ain't it?
Mm.
Especially when you don't like wearing suits. Hey, Lily Bird. Let's see, somebody. Hey, Diane. Yeah. Maybe I need to
Recap
recap that
story.
diaper Dan, huh, Chris? Oh, Dapper Dan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not like it. He does not like it.
Doesn't like what?
Suits. He chokes.
Not to be
He chokes.
made to. If they just
Well,
you
Cindy
have to make him think it's my idea, and I might do it anyway. You know,
Cindy said that was the style in the 70s.
not that big green one was. No.
What'd you get it?
White. I wish I had a picture. I think we did have a picture.
I don't know, but I would love to see it.
Oh my goodness! And it was that
I
old
would love to see it.
shiny polyester. You know, you think you could strike a match on it. You know?
Yeah.
I wasn't a polyester guy. You know, I was blue jeans and Levi's shirts and t-shirts and cut off blue jeans. Yeah, so that's about it.
Did you have a pair of white bucks?
I had white shoes. I don't remember what a buck is.
White shoes.
White penny loafers. You know, them old. I hated them.
Was it neon green?
It was pretty bright. I don't remember exactly. It was brighter than that.
Oh my goodness.
I
Well,
was sitting here looking at these pictures. You know, so this was after Katrina in our pond
I may have showed
lake
this one before.
behind our house. That's a good pass.
This was Chris in the boat.
That was
Serene.
my boat was new then.
Yeah.
Eli's sitting down behind it.
I think that's Billy in the white.
Billy
Yeah.
leaned up against. I don't know who this is.
Is that Brandon?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Probably.
And then this is me in my boat.
With nephews.
Nephews and nieces, yep. Just a peddling away. This is my cousin Debbie's child, Taylor. Y'all know Brett Favre lives in Hattiesburg. And she was out at his farm one time. Now this was a shower of some sort. It may have been
I think it's my
04.
first husband's child.
Yeah. Now this, I think, was your mother's and daddy's 50th anniversary.
I don't know that.
We like to. I was like, "Who is that child?" But I think that's
That's
Scott.
a good looking man.
Scott and
yeah.
Sherry's child, Peyton. Yeah. Oh, now. Oh wow! Look how fancy this hospital it is back in the day.
That was Rebecca, right?
That was Rebecca. How sweet. Just
Yeah.
so sweet. When Eli was born, hi Rhonda. I had clinic insurance, Hattiesburg Clinic, and I think it cost us $300. When Rebecca, and I had the nicest, biggest, nice room, just nice. When Rebecca was born, we had insurance, just not maternity insurance.
We're not gonna have another one right off the bat.
We're not gonna have another one.
Yeah.
I mean, like a rabbit. But anyway, my bedroom was like this big. You couldn't even squeeze yourself. I mean, I think you had to sit in a chair to sleep.
We had paid for it.
Yeah, we paid for it. Would you like to write a check today, Miss Bayless? Well, I'd like to write a check, but you might
No, we
not.
paid for it before.
Yeah, it was a
But
payment
you had
plan,
about
yeah.
like 6 visits before you had her.
I did. With Rebecca, I went
4 months, 3 or 4 months with Braxton
it was
Hicks. Is that
2.5 months with Braxton Hicks. Use what you think, can't tell you any different, not personally. Oh, okay, never mind. That's another conversation with Allison. My first 2 were 13 months apart. Yeah.
Ours, they was
15.
15.
15. Yeah, I remember eating them words. We're not gonna have another one. Eli was a surprise to us, and then Rebecca was, and it's like, wait a minute. He came home one day. He came home one day and he said, "How am I gonna put this without losing?" All right, we got 24. And as soon as I say this, with a year's supply of birth control, that's what he come in the door. He said, "I came home with a year's supply of birth control," and I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I bought a box of 12.
Because we had babies. Yeah.
Oh, I lost one. Oh dear, I did lose one. I'm sorry. Who was it? Come back. Come back. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Ain't nobody said anything yet. They're probably going, bless her heart. She don't know she shouldn't do that. Well, now Cindy got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had blocked them years out because it was hard.
Tough.
I worked all the time trying to buy diapers. And
with the second child, oh my goodness, that's hysterical. Well, just put it like it is. Charlotte got it. Well, with my first child, with Eli, I got, the church give you a shower. And everybody come to the church showers back then. And on the little cards, you'd put from Mrs. and Mr. whoever it was, like Mr. and Mrs. Chris Bayless. I used to love writing that because I had wanted to be married, and I want to be one of the church ladies. I want to be Mrs. Christopher A. Bayless. And so anyway, with the second one, I didn't have that because literally just had a wedding shower. 10 months later, a baby shower, and all my baby stuff was still new.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a year old, all this baby stuff.
You had some showers.
Well, I had a family shower, and your parents,
That's when Eli taped all the.
I sort of think you too. So the church gave me a casserole and diaper shower. I found out what caused it and did. Chris did too. Chris found out what caused it. So anyway, I don't know. I kept an eye on my kids. I was a very watchful mother, and for some reason, I did not know he had crawled out of bed from his nap, and he had gone into his little closet. Now we lived in his grandmother's house, and the closets back then were narrow. They were kind of long and narrow, and they weren't painted. It was just wood.
Cedar.
Yeah, and I found Eli. He had opened up all those diapers from the baby shower and taped them to that wall. I'm not kidding. The whole closet was full of diapers taped on top of each other, next to each other, as high as he could go, as low as he could go. And for the first 3-4 months,
Becca had masking tape and duct tape.
had duct tape on her diapers.
Because he done pulled the sticky part.
Yeah, the sticky part wouldn't work anymore. And we couldn't go out and buy diapers.
Nope.
We had one income. You was still a fairly new business. You'd been in business since 83 by yourself. And we got married at 80. We met in
So-
87. No, we met in 86, married in 87. Eli was born in 88. Rebecca was born in 89. So there was no going out and buying diapers.
No, it wasn't
No.
a lot of disposable income.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Well, we did fine.
Yeah, hangers just barely fit in those closets.
Yeah.
I've got one in my bedroom. The house is over 100 years old. How old is our house?
This one?
Mhm.
75, probably.
Rebecca said she was going to wear, she was going to make her kids do cloth diapers. She's, big into nature and all that kind of stuff. And that lasted, not that long. Not that long. I said that with the box of, has anybody heard our story about the feminine products? It's not a bad story. It's not a gross story. Anybody heard that?
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Okay. We every once in a while would go to our first, do tell, Lily Bird said. When we were young married, newlyweds, and for the longest, we went to First Baptist Church in Petal. And then later on, I think Rebecca was in 6th grade. Eli was maybe 6th grade and 4th grade. I don't know. We moved to First Baptist Church in Hattiesburg. But we still love our First Baptist Church in Petal. I mean, to this day, if we were to walk in that door, it would be like going home. There's just something special about First Baptist Church in Petal. We love it. They love us. They actually helped raise us.
Me, probably.
So anyway, one day, my sister is a neat freak, and she is her house is always clean. I mean, she's just a neat person. And her husband was giving away some shirts, and they want to know if Chris wanted. Well, yeah, we want hand-me-downs. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the hand-me-down. There ain't nothing wrong.
Working or whatever.
No, these were nice. These were nice
Oh, I know.
hand-me-downs. So anyway, he grabbed one of those shirts. They were already ironed. They were
He
just
was
hanging up.
probably late, and I just
He
grabbed
grabbed his shirt and took off, and we were going to go back to First and Petal. And I guess, we probably were a little late, but we run on in. We found a seat up towards the front. And, we shook everybody's hands. We hugged everybody's neck. I mean, it was just like going home to relatives. It really was like a big family reunion. And afterwards, we hugged everybody's neck. They thanked us for coming. Y'all come back. We miss y'all. Love you. Take care. And we went on. Well, they had a new restaurant in Petal called Chili's. And we decided, let's just go there. So Chris goes, there is something that's been bothering me. And he's back here scratching. He said, I can't get it. He said, but something's bothering me back there. And we're in the parking lot of Chili's. And I noticed it for the very first time. Sticking out of his back of his pants, out of his blue jeans, was about this much of a maxi pad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you just like take me home, Jesus, right there, because you were so embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I couldn't help but
Probably wasn't.
I laughed and laughed because don't you imagine the people behind us and the people behind them, as far as the rows can go. What had happened was one of my sister's doorstep children had found her box of maxi pads and stuck them on all those clothes that was laying on the table ready for me to pick up. I didn't notice it, but one of the little kids had just decorated all those shirts with little maxi pads, and he just happened to grab one that allowed this much to be showed out of the back of his pants. Yeah.
One of them little hoodlums.
Yeah, it's one of these. It's one of these little hoodlums right here. My sister had 5 youngins.
In 5 years.
Yeah, like
No,
I was like 6
8
years or
years,
you know,
7
it
years.
was there. My sister's Catholic, and they she had doorsteps, but yeah, I could not stop laughing. He was just blood red. Get that thing off of me, you know.
Yeah, I lost all my good stuff at church.
He's gonna have to go back through because
Run me back through.
that sermon didn't
I
last
used all my cuss words up that year in that few minutes.
in that parking lot of Chili's.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. He said something's poking me back there the whole time. And sure enough, it was a max pad. It was the clean max pad, but it's a max pad.
You see how they treat me, right?
You have to give up your man card if you go to church with the max pad.
Y'all see how she treats me, huh?
It was funny, Debbie. It was funny. It was. We still laugh about that. It was funny. What else we got to talk about?
I don't know.
What else, guys? What else we need to talk about? Juniper, a little picture. Let's see here if I can find it.
You just showed it to me.
I
You
know.
went the wrong way. You got to go up.
Up.
Oh, I thought.
Hmm.
I
Where was
don't
that
know.
picture? Give me a minute. Well, she just sent it to me.
It's probably in your text.
This is my text. Oh, here's well, no, I can't use that one because let me go. I can't show the baby. And let me see if I can find our photo of I think it was Rylan who put it on there. Hang tight. You talk to him.
Y'all doing what I'm waiting on a woman then. What are you looking at me like?
I am trying to find Rylan's. RYLAN. Okay, here we go.
I don't know what her subscriber count is, but
Oh, here is Rylan and Mother sitting on the back porch of Rebecca's house. Y'all, this was the first year my mother did not get out there and hunt Easter eggs. She did not do it. Okay, here's a picture. The baby's face is covered, which I respect that. That's Lee. That's my sister's boyfriend. But that is all of us on the front porch of Rebecca's house. Wow, we've grown. If I can just get Eli married off, because we had two new ones, and
two new from
two
the family.
new from the family.
Two nieces brought.
Their boyfriends.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Juniper's dance picture. I love that baby girl. She's a mess now. She told her mama the other day, she said, I want to know what your bones look like on the inside of your body. Rebecca's like, I think I'm scared to go to sleep. Juniper thinks about things like that. She is just.
She's smart.
She is very smart. She said, I want to know what your bones look like, Mama. It's like, I'm not scared of my child. Not yet. Not yet.
Well, Clifford was happy because, was it Saturday we worked on the hot tub?
Yes, Cliff has been wanting. Now, we used to have the hot tub at Lake Serene House, but now he was too little. He was a baby. He was an infant when we left there. I know. We had when we left that hot tub with the house, so we just got a little portable hot tub and put it here, and so he's been in it before, and he loves it. I mean, absolutely loves the hot tub.
Yeah.
The hot pool is what he calls it.
Mm.
So he noticed that it was drained, and it had those little pine cone squiggly things in there. And he said, honey, you clean out the hot pool? You clean out the hot pool? I said, I'll get to it. I said, I've just been real busy. I'll get to it. So I finally got to it.
She's been working in the pool, and it feels like it's probably about 60 degrees.
Yeah. It took me a while to get that pool clean, get all that little
And then the hot
pollen
tub.
stuff out of the bottom, because it is while I was in there, it would kind of puff up, and then it would kind of settle on the bottom. And when our pool's not
Right.
leveled, we have some little rubbles in there.
It's on the ground. So
Oh, Cindy said, I can hardly wait to get your new book tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
I hadn't read it. I mean, I read it when he was writing it, but I hadn't read it.
Yep. Our granddaughter, when she was 3, built a trap for the tooth fairy. She has an older sister, and that had lost it. Oh my goodness! And Clifford, when Juniper lost her first tooth, Clifford, he wiggled his till I really thought he was going to wiggle one right on out.
He wanted the tooth
He
fairy.
wanted the tooth fairy money too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys,
Since we didn't have nothing to talk about it, we covered an hour.
I hope it wasn't boring, because we was kind of quite boring tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying. As soon as we hang up, we'll probably remember who. That's Brandon, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. As soon as we hang up from this thing, we'll probably remember things that we need to say.
Boy, that boat looked good. It was brand new, I
It's
think.
brand new, that boat.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice. I still got it.
Yeah.
It ain't as pretty, but it still looks pretty good though.
Yeah, Mother, she I do have an Easter video. I just haven't put it out there yet. I haven't worked on it. I got to do editing on it and everything. But Mother, I went there. I told you I got her tomato plant, and then she wanted another one. So I got her another tomato plant and a watering can. Did I tell y'all that my mother lost a whole 9 rolls of toilet paper? We have yet to figure out where that toilet paper went.
She give it to somebody.
I don't know what she did with it.
Well, she didn't even remember she had we just talked about those. She had 3 little tomatoes, and
Yeah.
we were still talking to her, and she goes, I ain't got any tomatoes. I just got blooms. I said,
No, you got 3
You got-
tomatoes.
I do.
Yeah, bless it. Bless it.
She probably give it to the neighbor or somebody.
We have
you
no
carry
idea.
this home with you or something.
You can't use 9 rolls of toilet paper. You can't. Not in,
I guess you
3
could,
days.
but
You'd have to be sickly.
yeah, you
Well-
have what we call trots, or if you need.
Can you say that word?
I don't know.
Well, I said maxi pad, so I guess this may be a rated PG-13 live stream. Debbie, are you doing good? I just can't imagine eye surgery. I just can't imagine. Remember that time you got something in your eye and you had to go? I forgot. Did you hit it with a limb or something?
No, I remember. Guy was talking about the other day. His grandparents own that place across the street. He
Yeah.
shot his first deer.
Yeah, and you got it. You scratched it
Yeah, I
with
had
the
to.
bush.
I remember
Yeah,
one of the Weimaramers. We had to go find it. It was wounded,
yeah.
and they got one of them big old briars in it.
I just
And-
don't do it.
You said we better go in the hospital. And this is like right at dark. I said I'll be fine.
Of course,
About
So,
midnight.
midnight. He wasn't fine
I'm
anymore.
driving one. I said I'll drive myself one eyed. I gotta go somewhere. That hurt.
I remember back when the kids, they were little. I mean, they were just little. And I Eli, you missed my comment twice, Sandra. Oh, Sandra, what was it? Sandra, do it again. I'm sorry. Oh, Allison, when I get paid, I'll do a grocery haul. Let's
Well, you
see.
got paid.
Well, yeah, but I gotta wait for it to get scored. Debbie Phillips said blurry and in some. Oh, let's don't talk about pain, Debbie. Ooh. What did I miss about Sandra? Let me see. Let me go back up here. if I accidentally cut y'all off,
which is a possibility.
which is well, Sandra, I don't see a comment.
I can't hardly see that thing.
Oh, wait. Speaking of green, there's a recall in 15 states for romaine lettuce. Oh, E. coli. Oh. You know, Chris grows our lettuce, but it's all done now, isn't it? Yeah, you done got it all.
I can grow some more. I need to grow some more.
Chris grows the best lettuce.
It's amazing. I can pick that lettuce from the yard, the bed, wash it, put it in the refrigerator, and it'll last 3 to 4 weeks in our refrigerator. You go buy it at the grocery store.
And you got one day to eat it.
Maybe 2.
Maybe
and it's
2.
brown. So
yeah.
What that tells me is probably a month old when it gets to the grocery store. And they'll tell them what they spray on it to keep it green.
So Taylor Farms, romaine. I hadn't bought romaine lettuce in a while. No, I don't think I bought romaine. But Taylor Farms. I think we've done Taylor Farms, haven't we? I don't know. Yeah. But you know what else now? There's is measles. Yeah, measles there's
not from food, huh?
No, not from food, but there's measles out there now. I can't plant anything until the 3rd week in May up here. Oh wow. Vicky, after giving birth, pain is an inconvenience.
She used to be tough, but she ain't
I
no more.
used to be tough.
Now a splinter will put her in intensive care.
You know, I tell you when it happened. I now have PTSD when it comes to pain. I remember when
I was gone working or something. I couldn't go with you.
Yeah. My first mammogram, you know how you get your first mammogram at age 40. So I bebopped on in there and had my first mammogram. Well, I had a lump. So then I had to go and have a, how do I put this? Before surgery, Dr. Abraham was going to do my surgery to get the lump out. But before surgery, they wanted me to go down to the radiology and have a little
biopsy?
No, put a little guide wire in there. So a little guide wire that I was hooked up to the mammogram machine, and the doctor was sitting right off to my side on a little stool, and I had my boob out in the mammogram machine. Did I lose anybody? I said we had 20.
I hope not.
At 20. So anyway, I told I asked my cousin, my cousin, Candace. Candace is Cindy's child. And at the time, she worked in radiology. And I said, I am going to have something called a so-and-so. I said, what is that about? Is it going to be painful? And she says, there's a little bit of discomfort. That's her words. There's a little discomfort. Well, I'm going in there thinking I'm going to have a little discomfort. A little discomfort is maybe an ant bite or a bee sting. You know, that's a little discomfort. What I had, let me tell you, I woke up. He put that guide wire in, no anesthesia. I wasn't on any pain killing medicines. I was
no numbing,
no nothing. And I woke up swinging, and what had happened was I passed out, hanging in the MRI boob machine. I forgot the mammogram. I was hanging in the mammogram, and I woke up, and there is like the whole room is full of people with my breast exposed. Everybody on the floor was there in that room. I guess they had to pick me up, drag me across the room, and the whole time I got this flopping.
Okay.
Not my boob.
Oh.
The wire, the guide wire is flopping. I'm going, what in the world is this thing? And they said, don't touch it. I did not know that the guide wire was going to be like 6 foot tall. Well, it really wasn't, but let me tell you, still to this day, if I could remember what that doctor looked like, if I was to pass him on the street, I would punch him out. I ain't joking. A little discomfort. A little discomfort. Let's see. Let me catch up. Oh my gosh. Debbie said we're dirty talking tonight.
Uh-oh, what?
Maxi pads, trots, birth control. I'm sorry, Debbie. Don't tell Janice. Let's see. Oh, let's see someone. Okay. Yes, I think it was on her video last week. Let me scroll down. I had that done. It hurt. They did it prior to sending me to surgery. Yes, Diane. Did they numb you? Did they give you? I mean, something like that needs to be. You need to be laying down, and you need to be. I mean, maybe throw in some anesthesia or something. You know, just something numb. A spray the area. Something. Little discomfort. My booty. They just, you got lidocaine? And she was laying down, Diane? No, honey, I was standing straight up. I bet they changed the policy now. I bet
probably changed it all up.
That was on me. I bet now they changed the policy. It's on me. You're welcome. You're welcome, Diane. I took one for the team. Yeah, no, I got nothing. I got nothing. Made the tech hold my hand through the whole. Oh, JC. Can't do eyes. Seriously. Oh, and you know, before I go to Alaska, I got to have a shot in my knee because I don't want to. I got to have my other knee needs surgery. I won't have it. I'm not going to have it. It was just too much pain. This was last January. So, yes, they probably did. You're welcome, Diane, because the other way's not good.
I heard about it for 2 hours.
Let me tell you.
Because I wasn't there. I was working.
If I ever have another lump, knock on wood that I won't, I will tell Dr. Abraham, hey, look, we don't need that guide wire. Just take the boob off, put it over there on the table, work on it, and then put it back on. Because I ain't doing that guide wire anymore. That was barbaric. You just fix it up what you need and put it back on. Let's see. Don't let Janice from Ozark Homestead know she will be grossed out. From my live stream? Oh, no. From my live stream, Allison? I'm sorry.
Y'all have a good night.
Y'all do come back.
Chris is leaving the building.
We'll go on to church. We'll go on to church for now and then. We'll be better people. Been lurking. Really enjoyed the stories. Love and best wishes. Thank you, Katie Ponder. I'm so glad you're here. Knee shot is, yeah.
Oh, she's had them before.
Your inspection. Now, Sandra, this is the one where they're selling your complex or your apartment complex. Is that what it is?
I saw something about the inspection, but it went by too fast.
Love you, Debbie Phillips. Hey, where is Wanda Cox? This was fun. A good bunch of laughs. I'm so glad. Sandra, we definitely will be. And that's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. So if you pass inspection, does that mean you get to stay there? Is that what that means?
What's her name?
Sandra. Wednesday and Thursday.
I have to write stuff down or I'll forget.
Yeah. What was I was just fixing to say something. Yeah, the shot in the knee. If I don't do it, I'll probably, overwalk on the Alaska trip. So I'm going at the end of May to have the shot, and it should last for the long time, for the duration. That, but I'm getting excited. I'm excited. Cindy and I are just worried about the Alaskan volcano. She is. We found out that they have lots of earthquakes over there, and
they kind of go together.
Yeah, they kind of go together, and we're just Cindy and I are just nervous, Nellie. Now we're going to be prepared.
I am too. Y'all see how nervous I am.
You have never been nervous a day in your life. Do you remember that show?
See y'all.
The Price is Right. Y'all come. Wait, no, let's make a deal. It's one of those where the guy goes to the audience and he asks for an odd thing in your purse? Do you have a
Let's make a
flashlight?
deal, I think.
And Janice is saying bye.
Bye.
Come back over here, you rude. Just
I wasn't being rude.
you need to have some better manners. People are still talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
Y'all have a good night.
Anyway, cousin Cindy, her purse is like that. Let's make a deal. If you was to go down, if the host was to go down and ask Cindy, whatever, she's gonna have it in her purse. I'm kid you not. She's gonna have it. You got a hammer? Yeah. Got a saw? Yeah. You got toothpicks? Yeah.
You got to sew one. Can you
Yes.
sew up a cut?
Can you sew up this? Yeah. Yes. You got this born? Yes. Whatever you need. How about some earphones? Yeah, I got some of those. You got
Phone charger.
phone chargers,
Sandwich.
sandwich. There's probably cookies. There's probably cookies in her purse. I know there's mints and gum. Whatever you need is in Cindy's purse. Now it weighs 40, 50, 60 pounds, that purse. But she got everything in the world that you need in it. I'm not joking. Stay close to your cousin. I love my cousin. We're like sisters. We're like sisters. Let's see. Yeah, you need to travel with. Yes, I dreamed, y'all. Oh, margaritas for Vicky. Cindy, thank you. Chris, you missed it. I ain't gonna tell him about it. It's mine. It's mine, Cindy. Shh. Never mind. I have to give half to him. Yeah, Cindy is. I dreamed the other day that she and I got bumped to first class, and we was up there eating and having snacks, and Bonnie and Chris back there just pouting because we was in first class. Wouldn't that be? Of course, I don't know. We ain't got on that plane yet, but once we get on that plane, we may be loopy. I don't know. Katie Ponder, I didn't know. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Chris done. He's probably done got the TV on in there. Y'all take care. I hope it wasn't too boring because I couldn't think of anything this week. It was just a busy week and I couldn't think of nothing. Maybe next week. Sandra, I'll be praying for you. Let's see. Was there anybody else that can't remember? All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. See ya.